Good evening, I'm Patricia Vallone with a CTV News update. Montgomery County's top leader says the jurisdiction has 38% of its total population fully vaccinated. During a weekly briefing, County Executive Mark Elridge said Montgomery is still in phase 1 of its reopening plan. The jurisdiction plans to open more county-run vaccination clinics, which will include evening hours. County health officials say they are also preparing plans as to how they will vaccinate children as young as 12 years old once the decision is approved by the FDA.
I want to emphasize that, yes, it is important for those who are under the age of 18 to have parental consent to get the vaccines, but parents don't have to be present for the kids to get the vaccine. They just have to make sure that the consent form is signed for records.
If you're not vaccinated, if you know somebody who's not vaccinated, if you now have a child who's 16 and older, please come in and get them vaccinated. It's critical, and it's what we need to do to fully reopen, and we think we're on a path to do that.
A recent poll indicates that 2/3 of all county residents support the high-speed Maglev train system. The poll was conducted by Lake Research Partners. Results indicate that 68% of all Prince Georgians back the line. That's up from 65% from an October 2019 poll. The line would connect Washington, D.C. to Baltimore and ultimately New York City. One big supporter is the nonprofit organization People for Change Black Chamber.
There's a lot of economic benefits to bringing Maglev to Prince George's County. When in terms of jobs, you're talking about anywhere from 500 to 700 permanent jobs that's going to be left here after the train is being built right here in Laurel at the transfer at the maintenance station. We are talking about over 72,000 jobs total coming through Prince George's County. Folks that have to get qualified to work on this project. I can see a number of different benefits for this Maglev train coming through Prince George's County.
The Maglev will cut travel time from D.C. to Baltimore to 15 minutes. The ride to New York would take a little more than an hour. Well, Governor Larry Hogan has unveiled his No Arm Left Behind campaign. The aim is to get all Marylanders vaccinated. Walk-ups are now available at any of the state's 13 mass vaccination sites. So far, nearly 5 million residents have been vaccinated. That's 63% of Marylanders. 85% of those 65 and older have received at least one dose of the vaccine. There are 2 mass vac sites in Prince George's, one at Six Flags in Bowie. The other is at the Greenbelt Metro Station. Well, Maryland's COVID dashboard today reports 679 new cases. The new figures have the state approaching 451,000 total cases. Meantime, 10 deaths have been reported in the last 24 hours. Since the pandemic began last year, more than 8,600 Marylanders have died of COVID. Well, citing the tragic death in April of 13-year-old King Douglas, who was gunned down by a 12-year-old boy, County Executive Angela Alsobrooks announced a new summer program initiative aimed at young people. There will be programs during the daytime and evening hours. Basketball hoops will return to courts around the county by the end of this week. Fitness centers, waterfront parks, and arts centers are already open. Dozens of other summertime programs for children are accepting registrations now. Programs include chess, video game tournaments, gardening, and writing.
And it's on us to provide structure that supports positive goals. Many of the changes that we're...
And for more information, you can go to pgparks.com. Well, she was in critical condition just a few days ago. Now 7-year-old Reagan Grimes is back in her Prince George's County home, and relatives say she's in good spirits. The second grader was shot in the chest shortly before 7 p.m. on May 1st in the district. She was riding a scooter at the time. Police are searching for a white vehicle. They say they don't believe that the young girl was the target. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. When we return, we wrap up our conversation with Ron Miner, a Maryland man fighting kidney disease. Stay with us.
Mom, I got it. What are you doing in there?
I got stuck.
Are you a dog?
do that. Have you seen the pliers? Where'd you find those?
It's not your birthday.
Sorry.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye, Grandpa.
Take care of yourself.
What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Welcome back. Well, saying the only thing keeping him alive is dialysis, an Annapolis man is asking for a helping hand. As we reported over the last few days, retired videographer Ron Miner needs a second kidney transplant. This news comes about 9 years after his wife gave him his first organ. Miner says he was first diagnosed with diabetes and then kidney failure 12 years ago. He says he wishes he knew more about the importance of exercising and eating healthy.
I would love to get the word out. You know, watch what you eat, watch everything that you eat, really. If you can, and I'm the culprit, love it. Love fried foods, love all that stuff. You got to cut it out. It's a killer, you know, especially amongst black people. You know, I must say that, because we carry that trait.
If you would like information on how you can help, contact the George Washington Transplant Institute. As we reported yesterday, a popular Hyattsville park is being renamed. The park was originally named for former Mayor William Magruder, but his racist past prompted several Hyattsville City Council members to consider a name change.
In his deed to the land to the city of Hyattsville, it included language that said, for the enjoyment of the city's Caucasian residents only. And so that prompted, upon hearing about that, prompted a discussion around, well, is this a person that we want to continue to be the namesake of this park? And I think that within our city, we've started to move forward on the change of the deed language, as well as the name change in the city of Hyattsville. But I mentioned that I'm extremely grateful for to our county council, who looked at the work that we were doing there and reached out and wanted to develop a similar process in Prince George's County.
Magruder Park will be renamed after the late David Driscoll. Driscoll was an artist, historian, curator, and distinguished professor at the University of Maryland. A deadly shooting in Greenbelt has police searching for a suspect. It happened just after 7:30 last night in the 9100 block of Spring Hill Lane. Officers found the male victim suffering from gunshot wounds. CPR was performed, but the victim was pronounced dead at the scene. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. Former Attorney General Doug Gansler hires a campaign manager to run his expected bid for governor next year. That, according to Maryland Matters. Colin Curtis served as a senior policy analyst for the late Senate President Mike Miller and ran several congressional campaigns. He returned to Maryland to lead the successful re-election of Attorney General Brian Frosh. Gansler is a former federal prosecutor who served 2 terms as Montgomery County State's attorney and 8 years as Maryland Attorney General. And we'll be back with more news in just a moment. Stay tuned.
I am what child hunger looks like in America. I am a 9-year-old boy who hopes a friend invites me to a sleepover so I can have dinner. I am a 15-year-old girl who goes for walks during lunch so my friends won't know I don't have anything to eat. I am a 13-year-old boy who gets into fights at school just because I'm hungry. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 7 American children who struggle with hunger. Kids you pass by every day, but never knew they were hungry.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Thanks for staying with us. Well, if you plan to head out to celebrate Cinco de Mayo with friends and libations, don't forget to plan a sober ride home. That's the message from the Maryland State Police. Officials say never get behind the wheel after consuming alcohol. Instead, use public transportation or a ride-sharing service to get home safely. Troopers will be out on the roads for the next few days looking for impaired, aggressive, and distracted drivers. Investigators are trying to identify the driver found dead in a vehicle over the weekend. First responders were called to the 6500 block of Columbia Park Road on May 1st, just before 6 p.m. That's where they found a driver dead inside of an SUV. The vehicle reportedly struck an unoccupied parked car before hitting a fence. The SUV then became engulfed in flames. The adult male victim was driving a tan 2006 Jeep Cherokee with Delaware tags. Anyone with information on the case is asked to contact Prince George's Police. Well, it is a special day for 2 Prince George's County public schools. Verizon is gifting students and teachers with iPads and data plans. A virtual ceremony was held this morning for the new partnership with Nicholas Orem Middle and Samuel P. Massey Academy. It's part of the Wireless Network's Innovative Learning Schools program, also called VILS. VILS is attempting to bridge the digital divide in schools.
It's so exciting to be able to give our students access to technology, professional learning with having a full-time coach, STEM opportunities, and teaching and learning, which is at the forefront.
Verizon is also offering professional development opportunities for teachers and STEM opportunities for students. Are you looking for something fun to do with your family? If so, Public Playhouse is hosting a series of free virtual arts programs. There's something for all ages. One of the events that your youngsters might be interested in is a play called 3030. It takes place on May 20th at 6 p.m. There's also a discussion called Ford with author Terry Ellen Cross Davis, and that's on May 23rd.
And then we finish up the month with a concert that we're really excited about with the world-renowned band that happens to hail from here in the Washington, D.C. and Prince George's County area, the Blackbirds. And so they'll have a virtual concert that will occur on May 29th. So we've got, a number of things that we hope, something for everybody. We hope to see you all in the virtual world here at Prince George's Public Playhouse.
For a list of all of the events, you can visit the website on your screen. Well, it is time to pull out your bicycle and head to work. The Department of Public Works and Transportation and its partners are gearing up for Bike to Work Day 2021. This year, the county's annual event will take place on Friday, May 21st at the Largo Kettering Perrywood Community Center. In order to participate, bikers must pre-register online. Prince George's will offer 10 pit stops for bikers to visit throughout the county.
It's an opportunity to promote bicycling as a mode of transportation, as well as a great way to get out, get active, and get some exercise. And so it's not just something for adults. We are really encouraging families to come out and bicycle. Persons of all ages and abilities to come out and just enjoy a fun time riding while socially distancing.
The Bike to Work Day event will begin at 6:30 a.m. and last until 9:30. For more information, visit biketoworkmetrodc.org. And let's check out your weather forecast. Tonight, cloudy with lows in the upper 40s. Thursday, sunny skies, highs around 66. Friday, rain much of the day, highs again in the mid-60s. And Saturday, mostly sunny with highs around 63 degrees. And now for your community calendar, there's a free Yoga in the Parks event coming up tomorrow morning. It begins at 8:30 at the Woodmar Turf Field in Lanham. It's for residents ages 13 and up. While it's free, you must register in advance at pgparksdirect.com. And that is your CTV News Update. I'm Patricia Vallone. Have a great night.